Hello everyone, this is Easy Mode's Ragey Poo, and I'm going to be bringing you another Marine Arena Masters! Very excited. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have TryHrd's Relic, and ImNotGrayson in the top left-hand corner. IsIrI's SeexySauce and HotSauce, your winners from last game, but this game, we have BSBoys, hihomanmah, and Valour. So finally we have a full team of BSBoys. And in the bottom right hand corner we have Mastermind and Ice. I'm super excited to be casting this. I've been waiting to see BSBoys. These are your Tournament 7 championship winners right here playing side by side, and this is just incredible. So let's go through real quick and just see what units we've got going on. We have 2 ghosts already for bottom left hand side. Grayson deciding to go for Marauder, and Relic deciding to go for Sharpshooter. On the top left-hand side, SeexySauce with very early Stalkers, and Marauders for HotSauce with an early Corruptor. Top right-hand side with hihomanmah going those early Stalkers. He's very good with Stalkers. I've seen him use that play before. It's very good. And Valour, he's saving up his money. Not quite sure if we're going to see some Sentries, maybe some Duskwings. This is going to be very interesting to see what he decides to go out with. Mastermind deciding to go out with a Sentry, early Sentry, and Ice with his own Ghost, and deciding to go for Zealots. So we'll see what he decides to pick. Hiho did have early Zerglings, so there's a few planted around the board. This is great. Now he's going to have a little bit of vision. In fact, if we move over to his vision, it's a little bit OP. You can almost see the entire board. A little scan going down there is going to pick off a few units here and there. But that's great. He does now have vision. And if you're ever going to do a tech switch, sometimes it is best to go with those Zerglings. That way you can get them around the board. And you do have that vision, even though you know you're going for a different unit. So it's Stalker versus Stalker. In fact, the Marines are just going at it. The Marines first to die. And HotSauce with an early contamination, or I'm sorry, corruption. Hiho actually getting kind of concave a little bit. He's fighting on 2 fronts. And there we go, Valour now deciding to come in with the Seeker Missile. It does connect with a few Marines. And Hiho actually losing a lot of supply here. He's 100 less than SeexySauce. And in fact, he gained so much money, though, despite losing his supply. So he's now in the lead currently at 742. And Hiho, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to see how he does this. This is just great. Hiho and Valour are very good. And I haven't seen them play in a while, but maybe they're a little rusty, maybe they might not win this, but they are definitely my favorites for this match. A little bit of back and forth going on from the left side tower. It looks like SeexySauce trying to get that tower, and he does in fact get it. And back and forth going on for TryHrd, Grayson, and Relic. And in fact, SeexySauce is a little bit overextended. HotSauce deciding to attack bottom right, completely ignores the left side. And I think that he's getting pummeled. SeexySauce is losing a lot right now. Grayson and Relic actually picking off a lot of SeexySauce's units, and I'm not sure why HotSauce deciding to go for bottom right. That was a little bit of maybe misclicks, I'm not sure. But now HotSauce does have 2 Corruptors now, and this is just food waiting to happen for these double Ghosts. And the corruption does go down on Hiho's units, and look at this, already with early Blink, and he uses it to great effect. Still, I mean, he's still a 2nd place right now currently. SeexySauce did get a lot of money for losing all those units, and it's in my opinion that getting the high amount of money is never worth it if you lose a lot of units. So we'll see how that turns out for him later on in this matchup. Valour is doing a little bit of back and forth with Mastermind. Meanwhile, there is still more fighting going on from Hiho and SeexySauce. And the Observer, the barcode, which is actually Mystic, I can never remember which one it is. Mystic or Mythic? I can't remember. And Mythic. Okay, so it is going to be Mythic. And he brought out a really good point, that Valour does have Ravens, and there's not a whole lot contending against it, except for HotSauce's units. But we don't see any Vikings, and as you know, Vikings are pretty much the anti-Raven killer here. And I think that was great for Valour. He waited until the board was kind of clear of all the decisions, and then he decided to go Ravens. That was very tactical, very good to do, and I think that's going to pay off for him in a very big way. Contamination does go down on Valour's units, and, or I'm sorry, Corruption. I keep getting the terms mixed up. Corruption! Haha, going down for on those units, and whoa, actually HotSauce able to pick off one of Valour's Ravens. That's going to set him back so far, now currently in last place. Oh no, that's devastating for him. Meanwhile, there is a lot of micro coming on from Hiho. I just love seeing that back and forth. Wow, oh my gosh, losing a Raven, that is just big. And HotSauce, great play by HotSauce picking off that Raven. Currently in second place with Mastermind just picking up so much money. I didn't even see how he got that money. He must have been engaging the left side. I was too focused on top right. They are kind of my favorites, and I do apologize. I will try to not play favorites here and get all sides. Corruption does go down on Grayson, and EMP does go down on SeexySauce's units. And Hiho coming in for the surround, and he actually just gets a whole bunch of units right there. Great surround, but the Corruption does go down, and Hiho is in trouble. He needs to wait for that blink to come back, and SeexySauce spreading a little bit thin, attacking bottom left. And, wow, I mean, Hiho with a great surround, but was unable to capitalize on it too much because those Corruptors with the Corruption. That's excellent. Excellent support units. And look at this Mastermind even deciding to go Corruptor as well to try to counter those Ravens. And, Ice Snipe? I didn't see the snipes go down. Who did he kill? Did he get both of those Ravens? Oh no, he was able to get the Raven. I heard the snipe, but I didn't see what it got, and oh, that's going to set Valour back so far. But Hiho picking it up, and in fact, with maybe a little bit of a Grayson blink here, he blinks in to try to deal that damage. And he does. He's taking out SeexySauce's units left and right. Great play by Hiho. Despite being 100 points below, he was still able to deal so much damage. And Ice with this Ghost on the high ground. He is going to come around. Did he decide to go with Stim Marines? He hasn't stimmed them up yet. He is saving up money, so we could possibly see some airplay. He does favor the air. Strange that he would go with Zealots, though, in order to get that air. Usually Sharpshooters are just an all-around better unit to get money, unless you plan on going Stim with the Zealots. But he does have quite a build-up. He is almost at max supply, so we'll see if he can rush in, possibly surround Valour, and get, look at this concave. This is so crazy. He's got like a perfect concave. Unfortunately, no units attacking in here, so it's not going to do a lick of good. But Valour able to hold on to the middle, and this is so interesting. Despite being the lowest, actually, right now in points, his presence is just so strong. And Hiho able to just kind of dip back and forth from the right side tower to the left side and just get a lot of points. This is great. I love seeing them exerting their reputation, it seems almost. Guardian Shield does go down for Valour. Corruption goes down on the units, and where's Hihoman? Hiho is actually way back in the base. He's finally starting to come, but so many Stalkers are out of position. Valour is going to need to back out at least a little bit, but no, in fact, using the high ground and using that heal, he's actually killing the Marauders almost with ease, and Hiho now finally coming in to back up Valour. He's fighting HotSauce. He's pushing him back. But look at this Ice deciding to get the surround, and he's going to get a huge surround on Valour. He does have max. And, sorry about that. I did get a little bit sidetracked. But, wow. Hihoman able to come in and help out Valour. But he might have just done Assassin Blink. I don't know. No, actually, that was a Grayson Blink. Able to push back Valour, and that was great to see. Sometimes you never know. Like, I mean, just the like, for me, I would think that was totally Assassin Blink, because if Ice had pushed in, if he decided to push in, he probably could have taken out a lot of those Stalkers. But his Stalkers are very strong. Actually deciding to go Lancers already at the 9-minute mark, and now SeexySauce also at the 9-minute mark deciding to go Lancers as well. And Ice still building up his money. He's currently at 849. Just not able to get enough money that he needs, though. He's currently at 1674. Mastermind, however, my gosh, where is this money coming from? He is just building up a huge bank right now. And SeexySauce, though, however, is still in the lead. Just barely. HotSauce coming around, trying to get in that lead as well. Picking off a lot of Valour's units. And Valour, how in the hell did he do this? He is now at 23,000. He's matching Hiho. Where did he get this money? I mean, just good fight, good engagements. He's just microing. I have no how they're doing it, but able to pull it back despite losing those Ravens, and that's just beautiful. I don't know how he did it, folks. And Ice trying to come in to get that money. He's at 1,400 right now. He's trying so hard to get that tier 4 units, and it is very close, guys. In fact, Ice deciding to go all in. He does, in fact, lose almost his all army in that engagement. There's just a few left back at home because he needs just a little bit. Oh my gosh, yes, Ice is 11 minerals away. Does decide to cloak the ghost. He's coming in to try to deal that damage, and there he goes. He's now at 1,600, and we'll see what he decides to do. Is it going to be Wraith? Is it going to be Muta? It's Muta! So we're going to see Muta's out. I think Wraith would have been the correct choice. Wraith might have been better versus these Lancers as Wraith counters. But this is interesting. I mean, I'm interested to see how the Mutas fare. He does play a lot better with these Mutas. And, well, Wraiths are actually very good, but, yes, I mean, Mutas do leave room for micro, but all air units can be microed, so I don't think I quite agree with what Mythic is saying right here. So, and Wraiths are not slow, they're pretty much the exact speed as Mutas. So, but the reason why I say Wraith is because there's so many Lancers out on the field. There's going to be Goliaths regardless. And with that evasion, they might actually do very well. But see, this is why I was saying that perhaps the Wraith would have been better. And in fact, now Scouts coming out. See, Scouts would have been better, or I'm sorry, Wraiths would have been better versus Scouts, as Scouts totally counter Wraiths. So Scouts out, Wraiths would have been the correct choice. And unfortunate. So now Ice is going to in fact be in trouble. He's going to have to possibly supplement his army with possibly some Ravens to deal with the Scouts. And Scouts counter Goliaths. Wait, what? I mean, I don't know quite about that. They are best against Goliaths? I did not know that. That's really interesting. I haven't actually seen Scouts go against Goliaths, so that is very interesting. They will lose, like he said, 2 Lancers. But wow, this is just getting almost too technical. I'm completely avoiding all the action because I just almost want to debate, and that's never good. So Mastermind decided to come out with Immortal and Ice with these Mutalisks. We'll see exactly how effective they're going to be. I mean, despite the counters, any unit is going to be effective depending on how good of quality the player is who's using these air units. So if Grayson has the better micro and he's able to just get better situational battles, he's going to win. So with Ice, with his experience, he may be able to take this for all we know. So Lancer's currently at 2 ups. Valour currently at 1 up for his Goliaths versus Ice's Mutas. And these Immortals already at 3 attack. And with those sentries, he's got to be careful. He could cut off this army. And Hiho and Valour are actually just holding their ground very well. Grayson with the scan. He is going to come in, take this tower, and could possibly come over here and fight Mastermind. I think HotSauce and SeexySauce with these destroyers, 4 attack now currently, and 3 Lancers up. He could possibly come back and surround Valour. If not careful, they have a really big army buildup, almost 500 for each. And Grayson actually, or I'm sorry, Relic doesn't have much of an army. He's down to 400 himself, 500 now for Grayson. And Hiho is actually very low, sadly at 260 supply. But he's still doing so much damage to these destroyers, and in fact, I think these destroyers need to get out of there. He does take out one of the Corruptors, and still doing so much damage to the destroyers. They are going to back out for now. Valour getting surrounded a little bit by SeexySauce. Seexy deciding to go in and attack the Scouts. That's the correct choice, I think. But Relic was able to come in and back him off for now. Looking at the unit upgrades real quick, it looks like I think I can still see if there's upgrades that still need to be done. Yes, I can. So it looks like all 3 of SeexySauce's Merc compound upgrades are met. Same with Hiho. And we'll see how these mutas are doing. Let's look at the compound real quick. There's no upgrades for Pew Pew right now. The mutalist compound, nope, no upgrades either on this compound. I guess he's just waiting a little bit, and he wants to build up the actual muta damage first, as they are currently at 1-ups. Scouts trying to deal a little bit of damage to those mutas. Denied, though, those mutas are so quick. And I'm just curious to see how Grayson is going to be able to pull this off with these scouts. And I personally just think going attack damage with scouts is just the wrong idea. Having high hit points, high armor scouts usually equate to better damage in the end, because they're not very big splash heavy, but they're very strong units. As far as air is concerned, they're very beefy. So having that high armor, high hit point upgrade could possibly be the right choice. We've seen him do that before, and it was actually very effective. But he was just unfortunately lower in points in one of the previous games, and was unable to catch up. Big blinking though by SeexySauce, taking out a lot of Valour's units, as they are kind of stuck behind Hiho. Hiho needs to back out so that way Valour can get escape, and there he goes, he does. SeexySauce taking a dominant position right here in the middle. Grayson coming in with those scouts. Is he doing the damage he needs to? Yes, he is. And I just want to make sure that the stream is up and ready. Let me check for just 1 minute. I didn't check before, and I think it is. I can't really miss out on this action, though. A ghost does go down. And you know what? I'll do it later. Oh my gosh, Valour coming in. Taking out the rest of SeexySauce's units on the high ground. And Grayson refusing to split versus Desi's. And yeah, actually he did refuse to split. He actually took a lot of damage there. But I don't think it even mattered, because in the end, HotSauce down to 105 supply. Totally got glass cannon there. And Grayson's actually not doing bad. In fact, the person that's kind of struggling right now is Ice, surprisingly. He does have a very big buildup of those mutas, but he hasn't really been very active on the field. And I think he's just afraid of those scouts and the damage that they could deal. And I'll be right back, guys. I do need to check on something. I'll hopefully put this camera in a position where you guys can see all the action. Be right back. He hasn't really been very... Alright, so I just wanted to check the stream just to make sure it was working, and it is, so that's great. Wanted to make sure that I'm actually recording and not just talking to myself. So there we go, it is recording. And Grayson decided to come in. He's very aggressive, and the Corruptor was even doing a little bit of splash damage on him. He might need to back out because Ice is going to get a really great concave around it. I mean, he does great splits. And Grayson just kind of clumped up a little bit too much. I imagine he is because of the Medivac in order to get the heal, but he does need to start practicing a little bit more splits. And Hiho with the big blink in, trying to be very aggressive. Valour coming around the bottom side to try to attack the top. And they got a good concave, but oh no, I think Hiho might have moved in a little bit too much without attacking. And Barcode saying neither of these players know how to use Lancers correctly. I don't think that's true. I think they're using them to great effect. And kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny hearing people say that they're not doing something when I'm looking at it, and I think they're doing just fine. I think really what the players just need to work on is just blocking each other. That's really the only negative I think I've seen the entire game. Everyone else is just doing really well. There's a lot of aggression going on. Even Hiho blinking out. That was the great idea. SeexySauce is going to be able to retain the tower for now. And look at this, even blinking up, trying to take out a few Marines. And Valour, nowhere to be found, though. I think he was a little bit confused on whether or not he should attack mid or not. Corruptor does go down. Relic able to pick up the Corruptor. But Ice coming in, and whoa, actually deals a lot of damage to the scouts because they're so clumped up. 800 supply versus 6. Grayson, you gotta be careful. You need to start splitting, buddy. They're way too clumped up, and Mastermind has the right idea. He was able to take out a lot of supply just in that battle alone. So despite the scouts countering the mutas, just with better play, he's doing a lot better. And look at this, Grayson's still not splitting against SeexySauce, and I think this is the wrong idea. As the Lancers do splash damage, he needs to split him up a little bit. Oh no. Trying to deal damage to the Lancers. He's not going to do a whole lot considering Lancers are at 5 attack. Destroyers are at 5 attack as well. And looking at Hiho, he's currently at 4. Goliath at 3 for Valour, and Mastermind with 4 attack ups here for his Immortals. Scouts still stuck at 2. I really think Scouts need to get a little bit more armor. And here we are at the 20-minute mark. We'll see if there's any new units that come out. Sure enough, there is a Raven. I think this is a great choice considering the Corruptors have been eliminated from the field. And Raven with that splash damage will do very good against mutas. Not quite sure how he'll do against Scouts, as Scouts do have that shield armor. But very good against the mutas. I think actually Valour should have saved his energy. Deciding to use it against SeexySauce, I think that was a little unnecessary. But overall, dealing damage enough to where he can push back the army. He's actually dealing a lot of damage to the Destroyers. Despite Destroyers countering these Goliaths, I think just positionally he was doing better. And, oh my gosh, let's look at the score tab real quick, because Hiho is currently in the lead, but not by much. SeexySauce is not too far behind. Overall, though, top left is about 1,000 supply, or 1,000 points ahead, simply because Valour is stuck at 4,509. Bottom right is really hurting, though. There's so many Mutalisks out on the field, but they're just not able to do a whole lot of damage. Except against Grayson, considering that he's not splitting these up. And oh my gosh, bottom right should be able to hurt Grayson pretty bad. In fact, Grayson and Relic are pretty much in second place. Simply because Relic has that higher score over Valour. And Valour and Hiho duking it out against SeexySauce. And it's pretty much just pew 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 back and forth. 6 attack Lancers, though, against Hiho's 5, and oh no, I think the 6 attack Lancers are going to just do way more damage, and sure enough they do. Valour needing to come in and support. He's a little bit scared, though, because his Raven is very weak, and the Scouts even coming in and getting the surround on HotSauce. Oh no, HotSauce is going to lose his whole army. That was actually a really good stutter step by the Scouts. What would they call that? Flying step? I don't know. Fly stutter? We're gonna call it flying stutter for now, until I can come up with a more clever name. A little bit of fighting back and forth from the right side tower, able to get it and secure it with that turret. That turret goes bye-bye with just like 2 volleys from those mutas. God, 800 supply mutas are so scary when they're clumped up like that. And even Grayson now with a totally like full supply. I'm curious to see if we're going to see something like an Odin. Possibly even a Queen might do very well. The Fungal would do very well against these clumped up units. For now, the Ravens are pretty much the scariest threat for sure. And we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, guys. I mean, you might see some really epic Seeker missiles go down on these units, or you might not. I mean, they could get taken out. Really, I just want to see what their answers are for these air units, because right now there really isn't one. And with the max supply, it's actually dealing full damage to these Lancers. I mean, what are they going to do? Even the Goliaths can't really get up a big enough supply, as they are attacking other Goliaths, Destroyers, Immortals. And look at this, even Mastermind deciding to go out with his own Raven too. And did Valour lose a Raven? I think, yes, he did. I wasn't able to see that. But even Hiho deciding to come out with a Raven of his own, and that's exactly what they need to do to take out the Mutalisks. So saving up that energy, I think, is going to be the correct choice. And there we go, Valour getting the second Raven right there. And as long as they just save up their energies and they get good fighting positions, they will be able to take out all that air, because they clump up so heavily. And Hiho deciding to go right after the Destroyers. He does get up on the high ground. He actually has a really good concave. SeexySauce coming in, trying to blink in and deal some damage. But I think he blinked in and just kind of like went in a little bit too far. Hiho able to escape. But actually I think SeexySauce did fairly well in that engagement. I keep calling him Seexy. Damn you for having 2 E's in your name. It's SeexySauce. But it's so hard to remember that damn name, SeexySauce. Okay, not Seexy, sexy. Sexy lady, who's that lady? So just have to remember that. And Ice coming in actually deals a little bit of damage to Hiho. Mastermind coming in, I haven't seen him too aggressive with those Immortals, but still able to get 4 attack. And I think perhaps he's just not that aggressive because he doesn't have very many units to supplement the army, except for the one Raven. If he had another Raven, I think he would be a lot more aggressive. Could possibly even see a medevac for Ice, and look at this, there's just so much micro going on. And Ice, actually, with the poor micro, he clumped up a little bit too much, and Grayson getting the better volley off. Not a whole lot going on the field right now, a little bit of back and forth from Hiho and Grayson. For the most part, it's just HotSauce and SeexySauce battling it out against Valour from the top side. And bottom right is just kind of stuck in base for now. As the two superpowers, actually three superpowers, everybody in the left side and top right corner is just very even. Bottom right is the only one struggling right now. And look at this, even Mastermind trying to get a surround. In fact, HotSauce trying to get a surround too, and I think they're going to the mutas possibly to come in and... Oh no, Valour is in such a bad position. He's trying to get the Ravens out. The Ravens... Oh no, one of them was taken out. The second one is so low. And the mutas will be able to take it out. Valour losing both Ravens there. Good surround from bottom right. And in fact, that even just kind of brought them right back up into the game. Now currently at 5,261 for Mastermind. And that was exactly the pickoff he needed. But oh no, these scouts... Finally, we're seeing some splits here. And did he get a Raven of his own? Relic with his own Raven. This is so cute. That's all we're seeing is just Ravens. And you know what? Considering that they're dying so quick, perhaps Ravens are not the answer. Maybe we should see some kind of Odin, maybe even Mando play. I mean, surprisingly, Mando would be fairly good against the Scouts at least, because he's actually doing some hit point upgrades. He's up to 226 right now for shields, which is phenomenal. But an EMP could get rid of that, and then all that's left is 270 hit points, effectively reducing all of his hit points down to half. So even a Ghost would be somewhat beneficial, and Relic could possibly lose this here. Ice is coming around the sides. The point defense drone does go down to try to block some of these attacks, but no, actually, Mutalisk did go down in that engagement. A lot of them died, but he was able to kill Relic's Raven there. So actually a good snipe by Ice. He definitely needed that. But HotSauce, oh my gosh, HotSauce is getting so much money, and I'm not quite sure how he's doing it. Holy crap, he has just pulled ahead at 7,511. And Mythic saying that there's Ravens from every corner, and sure enough there are. There's so many Ravens out on the field. Just looking at the tab right now, we have one for bottom left, three for top right, or I'm sorry, top left, three for top left, oh my gosh. Two Ravens for HotSauce, and SeexySauce now with four. There's four Ravens. Oh my gosh. That is crazy, and actually he needs to be careful. Grayson probably could have focused them. They were just sitting there for now. And Seeker Missiles going down everywhere. That's all we're going to be hearing for a long time, folks, is just Seeker Missile after Seeker Missile. Relic's units are actually going down. His Goliath supply is down to 158. And if he's not careful, that could free up the mutas to come in and kill off these scouts. He's got to rebuild that supply, so Relic is going to have to sit back for now, I think. One armor up, 4 attack. A lot of hit point upgrades, though. And I think that might be the way to go. He needs to get a little bit stronger, a little bit buffer, to be able to kind of tank damage while these scouts deal damage. And see, that's where the problem is coming in. Because scouts themselves just don't do a lot of damage. They do have fast attack rates, but their attacks are just so minimal. I mean, look at this. They only do 14 damage. 17 damage on average. 14 against armored and biological. They do a little bit of damage. They shine versus psionic, but... I mean, just... Yeah, that's kind of sad. I mean, they just don't do that much. They do minor splash, and that's why they do counter the Mutalisks. But overall, their attacks are just so slow. Or, I'm sorry, just so low damage. And there we go, the antimatter missiles. With very, very fast splash, or very high speed, high splash, 2 attacks each. So they do very well against the mutas, but not against anything else. They're just not very big damage units. And that's really sad. The Goliath should pretty much be the high damage units here, but they're just not. They're not doing the damage. And so looking at the scoreboard, HotSauce is taking a commanding lead with these destroyers. And I think the destroyers are really capitalizing because they're high splash with this overcharge. It's basically a stim for mercs, and it really shows. It's doing a lot of damage, a lot of AoE, a lot of splash, And look at this, even pushing back these Goliaths like they're nothing. And destroyers do counter Goliaths. It's a soft counter, it's not much, but it does make a difference, as you can see. An extra 5 damage to mechanical. And these immortals, though, they do so much damage, 51 damage each, and they're doing a lot of damage to these destroyers, despite not having a whole lot of upgrades on them. They're currently at 4 attack versus 9 attack now for these destroyers. Oh my gosh, they're getting so strong. And still 2 ravens. We have 1 raven for Mastermind still, and 1 raven for Relic. And I'm just curious, what are these guys planning on doing as far as having something change? And Relic sitting on 929 minerals. We could possibly see a hero come out. I'm not quite sure. We'll see what he's saving his money up for. Hiho, back and forth action between SeexySauce and Hiho. And meanwhile, in the middle, there is a lot of action going down from HotSauce against these destroyers. Mastermind using the defense matrix, trying to make something happen, but Ice was nowhere to be found. And I think he's just scared of the splash damage. There he goes. He is trying to do a little bit of damage, but look at the splash. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. Ice, though, at 7 attack with these mutas. That's crazy. He doesn't even have any hit point upgrades. They're basically glass cannons right here at this point. And going against the scouts with 4 attack, he is still getting hit point upgrades, which is the correct choice, I believe. Because he really just has to be able to last against the Mutalisk to deal that damage. In fact, lasting against everybody is correct, as these Void Blasts do so much damage, especially with that splash. He's going to need all the hit points he can get, and these, oh my gosh, these Goliaths are just melting away. Relic back down to 150 supply. You just got glass cannon, son. Down to 104 supply. Blinken coming in from Hiho. He's trying to get these Mutalisks. Ice with good control, though. He does back out. Meanwhile, oh no, what are you doing? Grayson flying in his entire army to get 1 Raven? Big mistake, buddy. Wow. That was just crazy. And I guess what Grayson was thinking he could do is put off a Void Ray and perhaps deal something against these Lancers, but that DT melts, and those units just... Wow. 1,000 points for SeexySauce. He just buys another one, 350. With 732 to spare. Grayson, buddy, I think that was the wrong decision. Oh my gosh, just feeding like 2,000 points instantly to HotSauce. I think it was at least 1,000. It probably wasn't quite 2,000, but that was a lot of money. And even Grayson is probably just sitting back going, I don't know what I just did. Because his APM is like nothing. He's not doing anything. I think him and Relic are both just going, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Terrible. Oh, man. Really unfortunate. And Ice, still with a full supply, he's trying to go after HotSauce. 2 armor ups. He does have hit point ups. And with 10 attack, that is just crazy. I think he's going to have this game if this continues. And Hiho, I feel so bad for Hiho and Valour. Oh no, they're starting to really fall behind. And Hiho's Lancers, I mean, he had great control going after SeexySauce, but these destroyers were just so strong they totally countered Valour. And even looking at the APM tabs, it looks like Valour is just sitting back. I think they're just discussing what they can do. I think both teams, top right and bottom left, are just wondering what are they going to do against SeexySauce and HotSauce. They have been a very dominant team in the last few matchups. HotSauce and SeexySauce are incredible players. They're very strong. They come out of nowhere and just dominate this board. I mean, you're seeing it here, guys. I think they won even the last match. And now they're going to win this one more than likely. This is crazy. 2 matchups in a row. Do they still have quad Ravens? Yes, they do. And oh my gosh. Both teams just not even sure what to do. Hiho with a little bit of Assassin Blink is going to lose these Lancers, but the Lancers up on the high ground are dealing a lot of damage. The scan finally goes down. He decides to back out. And HotSauce with 700 supply Decies, that's just nuts. And Grayson, really interesting, deciding to go with this DT. Maybe he could do something. If he can get a Void Prism on these built-up mutas, maybe he could make something happen. He is preemptively splitting now. Those are actually very good splits. And there he goes. He's fighting actually directly against Mastermind. The DT is there. The Void Prism does go down. And oh no, there is a scan detection. The DT goes down. And Ice losing a little bit to Relic's Goliath right there. But overall, it looked like actually Mastermind lost a little bit in that engagement. And wait, what was that? A Seeker Missile did go down on Grayson's units. Look at all the little body parts right there. If the guys would get out of the way. There we go. So plane parts everywhere. And here we go. A lot of back and forth going on. And let me just experiment with these, with the screen turns. Maybe the screen turns would look a little bit better. What do you guys think? Do you like seeing the screens like this, or does this just kind of disorient? Whoops. I can even do a screen like this, so you can kind of see from their perspective what's going on. This is actually really crazy. I feel totally in vertigo right now, as I'm just not used to seeing the screen like this. This is really interesting. Let me know in the stream if you guys like seeing it like this, or if you would just rather the screen not shift like this, if you'd rather see it just like how it is, so you can see back and forth action. I mean, that's definitely an interesting perspective. It makes you feel like you're the player doing that attack. That was really, really odd. And meanwhile, there is a lot of back and forth still going on between Mastermind and Relic, as they don't even want to try to contend with top left. And look at this Mastermind dealing a lot of damage to those scouts, as he does have 8 damage currently, supplemented with that Overseer. We'll see if we see possibly a contamination go down. Mastermind deciding to back out. I think he could probably kill these Goliaths here. Scouts coming in to try to deal the damage, and they're actually dealing huge damage. And the patient saying, doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate the feedback. I mean, I don't know. I kind of would like to see just... If you turn the screen to the side, you can kind of get a wide screen of who's coming in from the side. And you can see just like... I don't know. This is a really interesting perspective. What do you guys think? I know I can certainly see a lot of this crap flying around. Little bit of a GUI bug from the destroyers. You can see their attacks just flying everywhere. And they will reset shortly. So Ice coming in trying to deal damage to HotSauce, but I don't think that's the correct choice, because those destroyers just deal so much splash, and sure enough, a lot of the Mutalisks going down into the yellow. Scan goes down, SeexySauce does back out for now, and uh-oh, HotSauce could be overextending himself. Ice coming in, just picking off just a tiny bit here and there, and that's exactly how you have to play. You have to be so careful. HotSauce currently in 4,000 above everyone else, pretty much. And this is crazy. His destroyers are so strong. 11 attack. He's got so many hit point ups, 470 currently, with 175 shields. I mean, that brings him up to 640 overall hit points, 645. And that's just so crazy. That's a lot of hit points to go through for those units, especially with such a buildup that he's got. He's got 474 against Mastermind's 414. And it looks like Ice taking a little bit of damage. I guess he took a Raven hit. I didn't see how much he lost there. But whose Raven actually hit him? I guess Relic did use a Seeker Missile. I was too busy looking at the engagement going back and forth between Mastermind and HotSauce, but I mean, everything is kind of lulled down. There's not a whole lot to even report to you guys. I mean, looking at this, there's not a lot going on. Mastermind is able to take control of the middle, but there's just no action. Everybody is just kind of sitting back. They don't want to feed too much to top left. And I really feel at this point, guys, if there's really nothing going on, you guys just need a GG. Because this is crazy. I'm falling asleep here waiting for you guys to do something. And I understand the reservation, because there's really nothing that you can do against a maxed out SeexySauce and an almost maxed out HotSauce, especially with HotSauce. I mean, 4,000 points above everyone else. That's very scary. And I think Grayson had the right idea, getting the destroyer, or not destroyer, the DT out. Surprised it's not out right now. Is it even in production? No, it is not. But supplementing it with something, anything, could probably do a lot of good here. Mastermind deciding to throw down the defense matrix is actually pushing in on Valour. And he did kill a lot of units there, but Ice backing out, and now, oh no, now Mastermind is getting totally surrounded. And that's going to spell disaster for Mastermind. He got a lot of points there, sure enough. Just, I mean, he destroyed Valour. But at what cost? Now with almost no supply, 188 in total. And we're finally at the 40-minute mark. I want to see some heroes come out. I'm surprised an Odin didn't come out a long time ago. Or something, a Queen. Anything. I think a Queen could have really shaped things up. A lot of Ravens coming out, and I mean, they are doing well, but with 4 Ravens for top left, not to mention the splash damage from both units do a lot of splash damage. I mean, what are they really going to do? And here we go, we could be seeing a Savior. Wait, Relic already used a Savior? And oh no, the DT is coming out, so he's not using a save. And look at this, HotSauce is just coming in, dealing so much damage. He takes out the Merc compound, and oh no, I would have canceled that Zeratul. I mean, unless he used his Savior. I didn't see bottom left use any Saviors at all. But once this pops out, no, actually he didn't have a save, so it didn't even matter. And that means bottom left is in total desperation mode. Those Ravens throwing down a point defense drone to try to protect themselves. They did overextend themselves a little bit. SeexySauce did take down the Merc compound. Relic trying to get this around, and Grayson just holding on barely by a thread. He is going to be able to take them all out, but oh no, losing 2 Merc compounds. That's just bringing up their points so much. HotSauce at 14,938, and SeexySauce at 11,545. Grayson is in a bad position now because he doesn't even have enough to revive that compound, and even if he did, SeexySauce and HotSauce would just rush right in and kill it again. Although HotSauce's supply is very low, dangerously low. In fact, I would love to see these guys start transitioning into Marines. I think waiting this long for the Marines is a little bit of a mistake, as once it starts getting closer to SD, you're going to need to have double production. And so starting on them right now it would be a good idea. At the very least, starting on them 10 minutes before SD would be the correct choice. Lancer's now at 9 with 3 ups for Hi-Ho, but Valour's still stuck on 5. And this is so upsetting. I think top right is kind of shut down and overshadowed by top left just being so dominant, especially being able to take out bottom left like that. 2 tier 4 Merc compounds taken out is just crazy. And Relic now with 2... oh my gosh, this is the Battle of the Ravens. We have 4 Ravens now for bottom right. And uh-oh, Seeker Missiles do go down, but they're not enough, it's not strong enough to take out those very strong Immortals. And Seeker Missiles are able to take out Relic's units, and this is just crazy. All we're seeing is basically back and forth. Oh man, this is crazy, and I'm actually getting a throat tickle, so I'm gonna have to take a sip of water here real quick. Please stand by, guys. There we go. And so now we have a defense matrix going on in Mastermind, actually doing well using defense matrix only with the units necessary. Ice deciding to go right in, trying to get Relic's units, and sure enough, he kills so many. But a Seeker Missile connects, and oh my gosh, Ice just losing half of his army. That was actually a really great connection. Not before Relic losing a Raven. And bottom right still able to retain all 4 Ravens. And looking at that, it looks like bottom left actually came out on top, killing off so much of that Muta supply, and Grayson saying, leave us alone. Because he doesn't even have enough still to repair that Merc compound. Well, actually he does in about 200 minerals. But he's really starting to hurt, and he has to be so cautious. In fact, these Ravens are pushing him back. I think bottom left is actually in big trouble, as both teams are kind of surrounding him. It's like they're closing in right on him. Big supply from HotSauce and SeexySauce. SeexySauce almost at 700 supply. Even top right at totally max supply. They have 1600 army, but they can't do anything about it because they're just not that strong. In fact, for most of the game, they've pretty much just been sitting around, running around into each other. and moving very slowly out, very cautiously, and I don't even know if that's going to benefit them. hihoman has been able to keep a fairly decent lead, though, for his team, 2,000 above Valour. And a lot of blink-in micros coming in from Mastermind. Ice trying to come in to deal some damage, so point defense drones do go down. Goliath's doing a little bit of damage on Mastermind's units on the right side. But no, actually Hiho able to hold on to the Xel'Naga Tower, doing a lot of damage to the Immortals, missing these mutas. Meanwhile, there's so much going on from the left side. They are out of saviors. Guys, they are out of saviors. This could be it for bottom left, and I think they're going to be taken out, and Grayson saying rest in peace. GG going down for Relic, saying we have failed, and indeed, it looks like, I wouldn't say you failed, guys, it's just top left did so well. So SeexySauce again, just taking, oh my god, SeexySauce and HotSauce are just, they are on fire. So HotSauce indeed, because they are just blazing, burning the mouths of all these opponents right here. And oh my gosh, it's just totally disabling them, taking them right out of the game. SeexySauce saying, put feed corner next to us. Thank you. That's super funny. So your first team to be taken out is going to be ImNotGrayson and Relic from TryHrd. And IsIrI is just on fire. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. And what are these Goliaths doing? Going to the arena shop. Perhaps he could be gearing up for maybe Marines. What is he buying here? I'm curious to see what he decided to upgrade. And I think I can see there is one button that shows an upgrade tree. Here we go. And no, I actually cannot find it for Valour. Wait, level Tassadar. So wait, oh, you know what? He could be leveling up Tassadar. I don't know how recent this is, but we could possibly be seeing a Tassadar come out. And I don't know what level it's going to be, guys, but stay tuned. Tassadar would be very interesting, especially if he has enough money to get out a High Temple Archon. And that would be able to do at least some mind control. If he can mind control these destroyers, they're going to be so devastating against these Lancers. And good blink out by Hiho. He did see SeexySauce just coming in. That's a whole lot of Lancers. He has a full supply currently right now. And it's just going to be Raven against Raven again, I guess it seems. Seeker Missile does go down, and it connects. Ooh, big Seeker Missile on Ice's units. And one more Seeker Missile could seal the deal. No, instead electing to throw down an auto turret. And Ice's auto turret seemingly better, as SeexySauce only has 9 ups versus 11. So even Mastermind trying to get in on this for, oh my gosh, look at this. Battle of turrets for this Xel'Naga Tower on the bottom. Meanwhile, not a whole lot going on from SeexySauce. He's just holding middle because top right, for the most part, is contained. And I think it's just Valour waiting to reveal his secret. And a Contamination goes down, able to pick off the Raven, but losing a lot of mutas there. He is saving up too. He's at 1,000. What is he saving up for? Maybe some Honey Badger play? I don't know. I'm always curious to see what these guys are saving up for. And able to keep both of these Ravens. They're still at 4 each, I believe. I believe they're at 4. Bottom right at 4 Ravens. Yes, they didn't lose a single Raven. And Valour trying to deal a little bit of damage because he's probably going to try to upgrade again. He's at 400. Or maybe even just trying to get the money out to reveal that special tactic hero that's coming out. And we'll see if that's going to be enough. In fact, I don't see him coming out right now. I think he's going to reveal that Tassadar. He is sitting on 500 minerals so far. And I really want to see a Tassadar come out. Something, anything, because these guys totally need it. They're just getting snowballed right now. Valour dropping down to 160, just totally glass cannon. SeexySauce did come in. He's trying to get the compound, and oh no, using that Savior. I mean, there was barely any units there. Might have been a big mistake. I think maybe just some simple base defenses, or, you know, using the anti-unit. I don't think they even used a whole lot of anti-unit. Still at 350 energy for the anti-unit tower. I don't think he used it at all. So that savior probably could have been saved had he just used maybe a little bit of force fields, a little bit of storms, something, anything. And here we go. Point defense drone does go down. Ice trying to target the missile turret, and we've seen him use this before. A Blinken by Hi-Ho to try to do some damage. Could see a Seeker Missile. No, actually, no Seeker Missile. And we're at the 10-minute mark. It's 50 minutes in, and I want to start seeing some Marine play. I mean, where are the Marines? Finally seeing some force fields go down. And Yamato Cannon does connect with a few units. Hi-Ho might be able to win it here against these Lancers. And what? Another Savior going down against this, like, tiny little army. And, oh no, I mean, that's just going to be putting top right in this terrible position. Losing that mercenary compound. It was a good snipe off ice. I love seeing his snipes on those compounds. So top right just getting hammered right now, and it looks like your two remaining teams will be top left and bottom right unless we can see something come out. What is he waiting for? He's definitely upgrading something, guys. And I wish I could see what exactly that is. I mean, I'm guessing it's the level on Tassadar, but this... I don't know what's going on with this upgrade tree, because it almost seems like he did this at the very beginning of the game. Because this is all beginning of the game stuff. This technically should be the late game, but I just don't think it works. I'm sure in a regular match where there weren't so many players, this would work correctly. But it just doesn't work here. Yamato Cannon going down on that unit. I have no idea what that was all about. But here we go. Yeah, we're just sitting here basically at 51 minutes. And guys, I'm running out of steam. I don't even know what to talk about because really all we're seeing is just back and forth. We're basically waiting for HotSauce and SeexySauce to beat this. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody is getting out anything spectacular. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my time. See you guys later. Peace. I'm just kidding. But really, there's nothing to talk about. I mean, what you're seeing right now, guys, is what you get. It's basically these... Come on, guys. He's 20,000 in. Why don't you guys just say GG and leave it? Are you really going to wait for SD? Makes me cry a little inside. And Valour asking, hey, why can't Goliath fit in the bunkers? And I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, there's no way even one could fit in there. Mythic saying it was budget cuts. Sorry about your luck, buddy. And here we go. A Raven does go down from SeexySauce. He wasn't able to micro it correctly or didn't heal it on time. HotSauce coming around from the bottom side, and Ice needs to be careful because there's so much splash. In fact, there's even one more Raven for HotSauce that could deal a little bit of damage with that Seeker Missile. It is, I think, even trying to get in position. But no, it is going to back out for now. And even Ice trying to throw down a contamination on the Raven to try to pick it off. The overcharge does come from HotSauce. He is going to back out, though. And Hi-Ho deciding to be aggressive to take back this tower. And I think that's actually the right choice because he's taking out so many units here. Dropping him down to 190, 180 now. Dropping down even farther. And you know what? Top left might have just used a little bit too much of their supply because now SeexySauce is very low, 180 supply. And if they can possibly whittle down HotSauce's units, I mean, top left could be in trouble. So maybe saying GG was not the correct choice. And there we go. Now finally seeing the Tassadar, it is only level 5. A really great effort from top right, but I don't think it's going to be enough, especially with that Overseer there. Could just decide to come right in and kill it, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Seeker Missile does go down, does connect with those Goliaths, dealing a little bit of damage. Big Seeker Missile, though, does go down on hihoman. And I really think that he's going to lose this Tassadar, and as soon as he does, he's going to rage quit. I swear, I'm calling it right now, guys. Because I feel like it's itching to die, pretty much. It's ready to die. Storm going down on that ramp and dealing a bunch of damage. I feel so bad for top right. They were definitely my favorites to win, and they're just unfortunately being overshadowed by just pure skill, I think. I mean, HotSauce is just able to do it. I don't think it was necessarily too one-sided, except I will have to say maybe it's not skill alone. It could have just been the fact that Grayson feeding almost 2,000 minerals with his air trying to go in to take out a Raven. Guys, if you're watching this, if you want to learn from anything, don't do what Grayson did. Unfortunately, the worst decision you could make, and losing so much there. I mean, he had a full supply, dropped it down to nothing, flying over those Lancers just to take out one silly little Raven. It just was not worth it. And here we go. It looks like finally SeexySauce decided to go for the Marines. And oh no, this could be a really bad position for Valour. And yes, he does go down. SeexySauce deciding to target it. And I swear to God, he's just going to totally rage quit right here. I don't even know if he has enough to get it out. I think he does. It only costs 250. And there we go. It is coming out again. And Valour is just... oh my gosh. I feel so bad for them, guys. I wanted to see them win, but it looks like they're just not going to be able to do it. The sauces have definitely been on fire these last few games. And look at this, even the Goliath's not being very effective against the mutas. Ice coming in, trying to kill off that Merc compound, and he does. We've seen Ice do this in other games, and I love seeing it. This little mercenary snipes. He certainly does it very well, too. If you guys are wondering how he does it, he throws down a point defense drone right here to absorb the turret damage, usually killing the turret off first, and then goes directly for the mercenary supply. And it's just so funny to see. SeexySauce, uh-oh, a little bit of poor control there. Is he going to blink in, though, and get the surround? I really think HotSauce could probably just rush into this army, same with these Lancers, and just overtake them. There we go. Stimmin, there you go. Now he's getting into the fight, and he will be able to push back this army finally. And those mutas taking a lot of splash damage from those destroyers. Those destroyers are sick, guys. It's basically 807 hit points with 13 attack, 3 armor, or 3 armor ups for a total of 5 armor. And wow, that's just incredible. That's a lot of damage. Seeker Missile does go down, and wow, actually connects, does a lot of damage. And hi-ho, what are you doing? Poor buddy. He's at 5 armor currently with 11 ups. He actually has really good upgrades, but no hit point. I mean, he has a few hit point upgrades, but not very much. Probably needs to start getting those hit point upgrades whenever he can. And of course, it's just easier said than done when you're only at 13,000 compared to 21,000. And I guess it's not over yet, guys. I suppose anything could happen. In fact, even if this Task Star could level up, I mean, maybe. Just maybe, but who knows. The Raven almost going down, a clutch heal. Yamato Cannon going down on HotSauce's units. And, oh, are they going to be doing a push? I want to see a push here, guys. 6 range ups for those Marines. No attack ups yet, from what it looks like. I'm sorry, I meant speed ups. He doesn't have the speed up. He doesn't have, I don't think, the blink. He doesn't have the blink yet. And he might not even have the hit point up, which the hit point does add to the stim. So just now kind of getting him out. He does have the spawn upgrade, though, which I don't know. That could be a bad decision. There's no reason for him to get the spawn upgrade when the Marines are not even done. At the very least, spend that money on getting rapid fire, buddy, because you have so much time. Or blink, perhaps, to get this Task Star over here. And a little bit of back and forth going on from the bottom tower, but seriously, guys, I'm just like falling asleep because there's really nothing going on. I mean, they need to finish off top right. This is just getting stupid. I mean, really, there's nothing going on. This is crazy. What? Oh, sorry. Alright, guys. Come on, you gotta do something. There's full supply basically for Ice. Here we go. But there's no tower, or there's no mercenary at all. There's no mercenary spawn, so Ice is just gonna kind of trudge home. He's kind of sad about that. He wanted to kill that snipe again. I think actually he could come around here and possibly do a little bit of damage, as they are sitting in the middle. And finally, some back and forth action going on. Those Marines are taking a lot of damage, And SeexySauce, you got to get your Lancers into position. The Destroyers are out of position. These Ravens coming in. Are we going to see some Secret Missiles? Oh, the Secret Missiles could have went down. There is one. And oh, he just needs one more. Come on, get that Secret Missile into position. Get the Raven into position. Use that Secret Missile. Ah, he could get it. No, he does not. Instead decides to back out. And Hi-Ho, wanting to capitalize on this situation. Storms do go down. But oh no, Ice could come in. Oh, Contamination goes down and he loses that hero. Hi-Ho, though, with actually really good blink. Look at this concave. HotSauce is going to have to back out for now. But Ice coming in to deal a lot of damage. And oh, we are at SD. 300 supply and no supply for Valour. This is GG for top right. I don't care what you guys say. There's no way that they can come back from this if they have no supply. You can't rely on that Tastar alone. And finally, these Marines are coming out with regards to SD. I really think HotSauce needs to get some Marines as well, because even his supply is low. It's only at 300. And if bottom right can overwhelm them with overall supply, there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. Blinking from SeexySauce, he does take out the Overseer. And the Immortals do come in to try to back up that army. Tassadar coming out. There's nothing you can do, Tassadar. You're only level 5. 225 damage. You're just a little guy. Look at you, just a little guy. Aw. He just wants to be something in this world. Just trudging along. Saying, what's up, guys? I just want to storm something. Even a force field going. Did he trap himself in? Who put down that force field? I think that was Hi-Ho. That's super funny. Totally trolling his partner. Alright, so let's get back into this game, because seriously, there's nothing going on. We are at SD. Could be seeing, I don't know, some changelings. I hear them going off every once in a while. But the Overseer was destroyed. And wow, the action is just so... A feedback could possibly kill that. No, he does not. And the Overseer is out now. He's going to have to save up before he can do the contamination. But wow, I'm like seriously falling asleep, guys. Please get me some caffeine. Somebody get me a latte. Something. Because I am just... Ugh. I'm sorry for you guys. I feel so bad for you guys at home. You want to see some action, but there's just nothing going on. And this is what's unfortunate when one team gets taken up before SD. Because this is all we see. It's just... Surprisingly, though, bottom right is able to keep hold of the middle. And this is really interesting. Ice is actually building up his money. And with holding the middle position, guys, you might not think that it really matters. But he doesn't... Look, Ice has control of the left side tower. And he has control of bottom and right, so they're getting 300 plus 200 in the middle every minute. And so, I mean, that's 500 minerals every minute compared to only 100 minerals that they're going to get for this Xel'Naga tower that they're competing with Hi-Ho. So, I mean, bottom right has the right idea. And actually catching up and surpassing SeexySauce's Ice and HotSauce, he's going to get surpassed fairly soon too if this keeps up. So finally, something interesting is happening, and this is what pure perseverance is doing. It's totally paying off for bottom right. And I think it just could be all this Raven. I mean, there's so many Ravens out. Look at this. Just tower wars going on with these turrets. Overcharge does go down, and he's going to try to take out the Raven. No, in fact, losing so much supply. And this is just crazy. I think SeexySauce does need to get out those Marines, but I really think getting... You know, I'm sorry, but getting the spawn upgrade before you even have very strong Marines was just kind of... I don't know. I do not approve. And Valour saying, hey, Ragey, we have perseverance too. Oh, he's probably watching the stream. So yes, I will give you guys some credit. You are staying in. I just feel so bad for this just a lonely guy. Just running around. He just wants to storm, and he's just tickling him. He says, I'm gonna give you guys a little back massage with my little thing. You're just my storm. Look at me, I'm coming around. I'm coming down. I put a force field down. Oh, you guys better fear me. I'm the next best thing since bacon. He's just the cutest little shit. And now SeexySauce finally taking the middle. And Hiho has the stream and he's Skyping him. So SeexySauce finally in the middle, but seriously guys, okay, if you are watching this, I really wanted you guys to win. It's such an upset. I mean you guys are definitely holding out. Another force field going down. Trapping Hiho's units. I mean, the BM is just so funny. But Hiho able to at least keep one tower, and SeexySauce only having another. So, I mean, in reality, I'm really surprised that Ice and Mastermind are doing so well. Ice just taking full advantage of the air units, 16 attack, 5 armor upgrades for these Mutalisks. They're so strong. And I mean, SeexySauce is struggling because his units are only 3 armor, 9 attack for his mercs. And I mean, his Marines don't do anything. Really strange upgrade decisions. And it's showing. I mean, his weaknesses are showing. They're doing hardly any damage. They finally have the rapid fire upgrade, which is what they need. The rapid fire is going to do a lot of damage to the Immortals. And finally they were able to make something happen. HotSauce able to push bottom right back. And force field's keeping Hiho from the tower. He says, you guys don't want to mess with me. I got a force field. And I'll block you because I'm the best. I'm the best little guy. Look at me run. Force field. Just a little baby Tassadar. Level 5 still. And unfortunately just not getting a whole lot of money during this SD. They did hold one tower for a short while. In fact, nobody's holding that top Naga tower. And I'm not sure why they didn't at least leave one person there. I didn't see it get taken out. No scans that went down, so maybe Hiho just pressed F2 or something like that, brought all of his units and forgot to leave one back at that tower. Here we go, some back and forth going on from top right with bottom right. And, I mean, talk about perseverance indeed. Valour and Hiho really staying in this, waiting for somebody to make some mistakes. And what I really think, though, is the mistake here that's made is that Valour is not rebuilding his mercenary spawn. I think at the very least, if he's going to be sitting back and chilling out, and I know you guys are listening to the stream, I think you should really regenerate those Goliaths, because you're probably going to need them if you decide to do an all-in whenever these teams decide to make a mistake. And HotSauce with the Infestor, what? I did not see the Infestor announced. What level is this beast? Level 7. We could be seeing a Queen come out from HotSauce, and finally something interesting that's happening. So now we could have a Queen. How much money does he have? He does. Oh, he's only 100 points. Wait, no, he does have enough. I was looking at SeexySauce at 903, so finally the Queen Fester is coming out, and this is where the game is going to change, folks. This is where something is going to happen, because now Ice is going to be totally immobilized. He's going to be so afraid of getting those fungals off, and even the fungals are going to do devastating damage to these Immortals. I really think that overall bottom right has stronger mercenary units. As you can see, those upgrades are very huge. 16 ups, only 14 for HotSauce, but at least now we know why HotSauce wasn't at like 19 or 20 ups, is because he was investing so much money into this Queen. And now things are going to get interesting. And the Overseer was taken out by Hiho. Storms do go down, and they just tickling those mutas at 540 hit points. It's so cute. Isn't this little guy adorable? Look at him. He's just a little Joshua. Look at him running around in his base. He's just, I'm a badass. I'm a badass motherfucker. His hair is so long. Jesus Christ. And again, throwing down the boss storms all over those units, not doing a lick of damage. Finally, some back and forth, though, going on in the middle. HotSauce does decide to overcharge. Those Marines need to get into a better position. And Ice deciding to back out. In fact, Mastermind backing out for now. I don't even think Mastermind needed to back out. I think Ice probably could have dealt the damage. But I don't know. Mastermind currently at 400 supply. with Ice at 500 against HotSauce's 462. I think they probably could have been just fine, but Hiho deciding to come in and deal some damage on the right side tower, and oh no, Hiho blinking in. He could actually be losing a lot of units here, considering Ice has 16 attack ups, and sure enough, oh no, down to 150 supply, 120, and that boss stalker deciding to escape. He got glass cannons right there, folks, 126, and SeexySauce coming in. Is he trying to go after the Tassadar? Oh no, the Tassadar could be taken out. And finally, Valour does revive that armory. But look at this, Ice just trying to go to town on that thing. And this is so unfortunate because he was able to take out that tower. And I understand why he was a little bit hesitant on reviving that mercenary. But here we go, now Hiho trying to come in, do some damage. Even a storm probably could have dealt some damage, but unfortunately losing it, and now losing that mercenary supply. That's so unfortunate. Ice didn't even have his sights set on top right, and I think with Hiho provoking him to attack that tower, he saw the glimpse and got that what do you call it? The eyes kind of glossed over a little bit, glazed over, and he saw red. He wanted to go after Valour's spawn, and he got it. Oh, that was really unfortunate. He definitely needs a spawn, though. He needs something. It's just unfortunate that Ice is just so good at picking off those units. And the Queen is finally out. Ice trying to do something from the bottom left side, but that's completely denied by SeexySauce. Picking off a little bit here and there. But the Queen is now going for first, like, he's going for blood. He wants to get top right. Even trying to go, possibly, for these mutas. He was running, he beelined it directly to them. And the Queen Fester does pop out. Is he going to be able to get all of Ice's units? And if he does, that's just going to be incredible, because that's so much money. He has a full supply, 793 total. Blink in from SeexySauce. Even from the Marines now have Blink. Finally, some hit points coming out and some attack power. 20 attack, though, relatively low considering he's at 30,000. So much of that money just, I guess, went into his mercenary. I really don't know where he's spending that money. Just 9 hit points, or 9 attack ups, maybe. That could have just been it. But 19 damage does seem fairly low. And he is fortified now. That means he does that extra 10% with his stim. And now the Marines are finally going to be somewhat devastating. And look at this Hiho trying to keep Valour out. This is hilarious. They're BMing each other so bad. But, I mean, they're not really focused right now. Nobody even gives a shit. And what is the photon cannon looks so creepy when it's inside of that force field. Look at that. It just looks so twisted. I don't even care what's going on between Ice and Mastermind with HotSauce. I don't even care. I don't even care. Unless somebody is dying, I don't give a shit. I've deemed it. I'm putting down my foot because this is... Ugh. I want to see more action. I know, I'll just... Pew! Pew pew! I'm gonna be a Yamato cannon. This is how bored I am, guys. There's absolutely nothing going on. The scan going down! I mean, oh, I guess there is some back and forth from Ice. For the top right. But, oh man, come on, guys, finish it. It's an hour and 13 minutes in. How is top right even alive still? This is crazy. Here we go. Now we're seeing some action. Force field's going down. Bottom right is without any saves, as it is SD, so something could happen. Yamato Cannon charging up deals a lot of damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage on those units. Bring him down 50 supply, but that Queen, come on, 10 attack ups. You can do so much damage. 415. If he gets 2 fungals off, he's going to completely kill any mercenary. And it is enough to kill these Mutalisks. And SeexySauce wondering, why am I not getting minerals in mid? And you should be. Let's take a look. Yeah, he is. You're getting minerals. Yep, you are getting minerals, sir. And a little bit of back and forth going on from Hi-Ho with SeexySauce, and oh my gosh, guys, I feel so bad. I feel really bad for you guys sitting at home, because I know that you want to hear the excitement, and I'm sure you're hearing it in my voice. I'm just like, I'm totally bored right now, because there's just nothing going on. Finally, a little bit of action going on from Hi-Ho with these Marines, and Hi-Ho is actually just losing so many units here. Those Marines are finally being strong. 2 armor ups, 11 ups, there we go, 21 damage. 186 hit points. A few minor force fields going down, actually trapping some of SeexySauce's units, and SeexySauce just kind of laughing at that. HotSauce is trying to fight for this tower now, but look, no one's in middle. You're going to have to put at least 1 unit in the middle, guy. And, yeah, so that's pretty much all you're seeing here, guys. Not a whole lot. There we go, finally! The fungal going down on ice, and wait. Did Ice just attack? Did Ice just use a Seeker missile on his own units? That's what it looked like, guys. And I wish I had a rewind button, because I swear I saw Seeker missiles go down. And I think it had to have been just the fungals. It had to have been the fungals that killed him. But that was just so crazy. The way it looked. I mean, I don't think you can Seeker missile your own units. Maybe you can. I have no idea. HotSauce deciding to actually go for the top with his queen, and I think he just needs to either go all in from top right or just leave them the fuck alone, because there's really nothing that top right is doing except for using force fields and just kind of trolling Valour a little bit. Ice, if he still had some units, could probably come around the backside right here and pick off that TryHrd, but instead does not. Too busy focusing on this queen, and I really think that bottom right should have just GG'd a millennium ago, because there's just nothing that they can do. Boy's getting tired, guys. Hour and 16 minutes in. You're seeing all the action here, folks. Oh my gosh. The Immortals coming in with the defense matrix. Big blink-in, though, by SeexySauce is going to kill a lot of Mastermind supply. And look at this, even the Queen deciding to trot in. He's not even contested. Fungal growth going down on Ice, and Ice is going to lose all of those units. He is! He's totally... He is! He's using a Seeker missile. He is Seekering missile. He is! Thank you, Nightmare, for clearing that up. I wasn't sure if what I saw was real, but that is really funny that he does just Seeker missile his own units. And I wonder if he's doing it just at the right time to deal the damage he needs to. I mean, for all we know, all those mutas could be at like 10 hit points by the time that one final tick kicks in, so maybe he's not denying it all. And Hi-Ho asking, can I leave? And dude, Hi-Ho, if you're listening to this, leave. Like, attack your CC, attack your compound, and just get the hell out of here, because like, this is crazy. I can't believe these guys have left you alive for this long, when you could actually be watching the stream at home with popcorn, with your girl next to you, maybe petting your dog a little bit, letting the kitty purr a little bit. I don't know, but wow, actually, SeexySauce losing his whole army. How the hell did he lose his whole army to this? Oh my gosh, this is nuts. They totally held that. How did that work out? Oh, I know why. Because he doesn't have Lancers upgraded. He does have the Marines upgraded, but Hi-Ho's Lancers are actually very strong. And Hi-Ho attacking his compounds. Actually, Hi-Ho, I don't think you needed to. You probably could have fed off of SeexySauce at least a little bit more. And look at this. These Lancers are so strong. How is he able to hold this off? This is just crazy. I don't understand. Overpowered Lancers, it seems. My gosh, they're dealing so much damage. And he's able to hold. This is crazy. TryHrd is coming out again. And Hi-Ho, I'm sorry you didn't win, buddy. You were definitely my favorites. I wanted to see you guys win. But the sauces are just too pro right now. Which I'm sure on the forums you guys are going to totally say, no way. because you all rag on Raynor, but Raynor's actually doing really well. And HotSauce, my gosh, HotSauce is really doing well. But finish the fight, guys. Consider this like Halo 4. Isn't that the advertisement for Halo 4? Finish the fight. Or Halo 3. I don't know, there's like Halo 15 coming out soon, so when the hell are they going to finish the fight? I guess that's a bad example. And Yamato on that unit. See, I don't even think it works. That didn't hurt any unit. So unless I'm just, I don't know, unless it just has to be pixel perfect or something, I just don't think that that really works. And is top right finally going to be taken out? My god, those turrets do 14, oh my gosh, they're 14 ups. Those are very strong. And look at this, able to keep them out. That is hilarious. Guys, just finish them off though. I mean, I know why they're not even going after top right. Because they're actually kind of a threat. I mean, realistically, Hiho has some really strong Lancers. And if top left decided to go all in on bottom right, I really think that Hiho, I mean, technically he could do it right now. He could come across on this top platform, first of all, take that Xel'Naga tower, blink in, start dealing some damage to the Templar Archives, because he's leaving so many units here. And, I mean, I think he could take out the Templar Archives, get a little bit of money, and, I mean, at the very least, possibly do some damage to the Planetary Fortress. There's no ups on it currently. I mean, this is all totally viable, considering how strong Hiho's Lancers are. And all he has to do is avoid the Queen. The Queen does get down some fungals, but even the Queen is very low. Storms do go down on the Hybrid Destroyers, and I really think they should just totally avoid this army for now and just go around the backside and attack their base. Because they actually, SeexySauce just lost a big amount of units on bottom right. And no, in fact, Hiho just decided to go straight in. He does try to go for the Queen, and he actually loses a lot of army from doing that. So that, I think that was a mistake. And that's really unfortunate, because I think Hiho, with his very strong Lancers, could have made something happen. And finally, we're going to have a GG come out from bottom right. Mastermind and Ice deciding to leave your second team to be taken out is finally going to be bottom right, then top right. Oh my god, an hour and 21 minutes in, just somebody kill me. Seriously, this is just crazy. I should whip out the Game Boy next time and just play a little bit while I'm watching these guys do absolutely nothing but sit around for 20 minutes. And finally, top right taken out. Bottom right taken out. And there we go, guys. I can't be doing hour and 22 minute casts. Holy crap. I need you to kill quicker. And I think these teams just dragged it out way too long. They knew that top left won, and they were just being too stubborn for their own good. And there we go, finally. I guess this is going to make up for the incredibly quick game last game. So we had a very quick game last game. You're going to have a long game this game. And there you have it. Your winners yet again, holy cow, is going to be IsIrI's SeexySauce and HotSauce. Congratulations, guys. Very nice. I am Ragey Poo, reminding you to do exactly what these guys just did and set your opponents to easy mode. This has been my time, my broadcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later. See you next time. Arrivederci, sayonara, signing out.